So, Frank Hill, it's Frank, as a lot of you know watching this channel, basically has sent me a lot of packages, but also, like with someone like Zara Nizarak of the Multimedia Chronicles, keeps in contact through various means, excuse me there. One of them, of course, being Messenger on Facebook. And recently, he let me know that apparently Discotek has been watching my videos. Yeah, that Discotek, if you will, Discotek Media, the ones responsible for the Sonic X release on the SD on BD line, or as part of the SD on BD line, which is standard definition on Blu-ray. The ones responsible for the same distributing of Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog as part of the SD on BD line, as well as shows like Samurai Pizza Cats, and the upcoming Japanese dub of Sonic X. And when Frank Hill told me this, it was surprising. Now you may ask yourself, well, how does Frank Hill know this? Well, I'll put it this way. Frank Hill apparently, if not legitimately, has contacts with a lot of people. I mean, it's kind of like when, Sean McLean, Zara Nizarak of the Multimedia Chronicles, has, or would state, I should say, in several of his videos, in the past, that he's been in contact with some folks over at, the home video distributing headquarters. He's been in contact with them. And sometimes he'll even get credit for, a release of something. Like he has shown that his name will appear as part of the credits for helping get, a certain series or movie or whatever released. The same with Andre Meadows. Now, Andre Meadows may have a little bit more pull of, Andre Meadows of Black New Comedy. He might have a little bit more pull, but even he was willing to acknowledge that he was credited, and he didn't have to be. But he was credited with something Power Rangers related that was released. So, for Frank Hill to tell me that Discotek has been watching most of my videos where I talk about Sonic SatAM and everything, and the fact that he shared my most recent video with them, I will say this, it's appreciating to me, it's appreciating and flattering to me that they're taking the time to watch someone like me talk about things like Sonic, as well as even doing a live stream like I did recently of the recent Discotek Media Day around Halloween. But what I got out of this, according to what Frank told me, is the fact that basically Discotek, they've seen my videos, but they cannot confirm anything yet when it comes to Sonic SatAM on Blu-ray. Now, what I get out of that, when they tell someone like Frank Hill, look, we can't confirm anything, but we have heard what he and others have said, that tells me that they are working towards it. You see, from what I understand, there are certain issues behind the scenes, like rights and everything, that still have to be worked out. But as we know with Discotek, they always find a way to work those rights out. They always find a way to get those rights, squared away, basically make a deal to where they can make this happen. But the only question, obviously, is what is preventing them from confirming it just yet? Is it the fact that WildBrain is still remastering, if not up-converting, sharpening a lot of the previous episodes of Season 1 and 2 of Sonic SatAM, along with Underground, to 1080p before they're allowed, to let, someone like Discotek say, okay, you can do it? Or is it something else? Is it the fact that they have to figure out, okay, what bonus features do we put in here? What bonus features do we put as a part of this? Do we just, slap on, I should say, or slab on, the previous bonus features from the Shout Factory release? Do we do that? Do we basically go and create some new features and interviews and stuff. It's like basically, you wonder what the holdup could be, before confirmation is made. Like what right issues could have to be dealt with. What special features, if any, will be added. Because for all we know, they could just say, okay, we're going to put it on SD on BD, and it'll be a bare bones release. And for a lot of us, we'd be perfectly fine with that, as long as we got it on Blu-ray, right? But Discotek has always been known to want to put, more into the release than just, hey, we're going to slap on, the episodes from DVD to Blu-ray, and that's it. I can't say whether or not they've done that with Street Sharks or anything. And I can't say if they've done that with Samurai Pizza Cats. I have to go back and look. But the thing is, they always like to put a lot of effort into the releases, even if they're limited edition releases. Like they have a whole series of anime movies based on that one girl, that green-haired girl, that Yushia girl or something. I can't think of the name right now. Yushia or whatever, Yushiara, the dream girl, if you will. They have the entire series out and everything all ready to be released, the last part of it ready to be released, and they could just release that just like they previously did with the others. They could just release that as bare bones, right? Nope. Just like the others before, they like to put the effort into it. They like to put some kind of, attraction, some kind of, I guess you could say, incentive into it that gets people to want to buy that physical version or that new physical release of the film. The same with Project A-Co. That's Project A-KO. Project A-Co. Or Project A-KO. They finally got the last film on that released, or not released, but on the verge of being released, I should say. They have, the last movie on the verge of being released with new artwork for the cover of the Blu-ray. And here's the thing. They could have easily just said, okay, get the movie out, be done, whatever, bare bones. Same with the others. But just like with the others, they didn't do that. They're putting a lot of effort into it so that it entices people to want to buy it. Same with the Japanese dub of Sonic X. They could have just said, okay, let's take the Japanese episodes from Hulu and just slap them on here and not translate the titles to, what they really mean, for each episode, or, and everything, or not add this or that for the bonus features. They could have just decided, okay, take those episodes from Hulu, slap them on, no translation, forget about the bonus features, bare bones, we're done, right? Nope. They're putting effort into that Sonic X release. They're putting effort into that Sonic X release, which I appreciate. And I'm not alone in that. We all appreciate that. Heck, I'm pretty sure, because it seems more reasonable, just to be honest, more reasonable that it would be actually first on the release block for a SD on Blu-ray release, or just a Blu-ray release entirely. I would not put it past Discotek to put a lot of effort and time to release the Sonic OVA, the 1996/1999 anime movie with that cat girl Sarah in it. I would not put it past them to put a lot of effort and time into that, not just with remastering the film itself to look sharper and cleaner than ever, but to also add in bonus features. I would like interviews and stuff like that. I wouldn't put it past them, because Discotek is known to do that. So for Discotek to come out and tell someone, like Frank Hill, who I look at as one of, I look at as one of my close friends online, along with Zara Nizarak and others, for Discotek to come out, whether it's to a friend like Frank Hill or even to me directly, to come out and say, hey, we are watching those videos, we're watching and hearing what he says, to me, like I said, that's a huge compliment. That's a huge compliment. And true, look, Discotek's not on the levels of a Disney or Warner Brothers and all that. We understand that's inevitably true. We know they're not on that level. But to at least get acknowledgement, according to Frank Hill, from them, that, you know, they're watching my stuff, they're hearing what I'm saying, and that they can't say anything right now, I can't think of a bigger and better compliment to, you know, to go with than that. But again, just to hear Frank Hill say that they told him they can't confirm anything yet, that tells me right there that they are working on it. They are working on it, and they're just waiting to finalize the final details before they can make an announcement, before they can make that confirmation. And again, I look at the fact that they're waiting for all the episodes, you know, that you're seeing being re-released by WildBrain on the WildBrain Sonic the Hedgehog channel, you know, from season 1 and 2 of SatAM. They're waiting for those to get remastered, if not up-converted, upscaled, if you will, sharpened into 1080p. You know, not only are they waiting for that, but they're also waiting on as to maybe like what bonus features could they add on. Like, could they add on maybe the rare intro that was seen at CES 1992? Could we get that added on? That promo intro, if you will. Could we get commentary? Could we get new interviews, or just, you know, the interviews from the Shout Factory release with, you know, slapped on there, you know, with Jaleel White and Ben Hurst? You know, could we get interviews with Team Season maybe? Maybe they're trying to get in contact with Team Season to interview them and maybe work something out to where they could, you know, help Team Season promote, hey, we're trying to get the 3rd season of Sonic SatAM up and going now. You know, there could be several. If not a lot, but probably several things they have to take care of. One of them primarily, like I said, is to make sure, basically, you know, to make sure that, you know, maybe all the episodes are finally 1080p'd by, you know, by WildBrain before maybe WildBrain gives them the okay to put it on physical media. Then, along at that same time, they have to work out certain right issues with, you know, maybe the right holder, with the holders of those rights, which are WildBrain, so I don't think that'll be a problem. But they also have to work out certain issues, again, like I said, like bonus features and stuff to go along with it. Because Discotek, like I said, they don't half-ass certain things. We know that. They don't half-ass anything like this. But yeah, you know, it kind of does make me feel really good to know that the people distributing a lot of this stuff, from Sonic to other classic animated and anime shows and live action stuff, you know, is listening to what I have to say, along with others. And now all we have to do is wait and be patient. Because, you know, honestly, I'm going to tell you right now, I still firmly believe in the early portion of 2023, we're going to get that announcement. We are. And I think all they're doing right now is waiting for the episodes to be fully 1080p'd by WildBrain, and they're waiting for the confirmation as to, like, bonus feature-wise and everything that they could throw, you know, on there. Like what new stuff they could put in there, what stuff that could be added in that hasn't been added before, what could they re-release as a bonus feature, interview-wise, stuff like that. So hopefully, in the near future, we'll get an answer. But for right now, all we have to do is wait. But I am thankful to get that kind of recognition by a place like Discotek, because it really means a lot in the long run. But let me know what your guys' thoughts are, guys. You know, on this. Comment below. Live chat during the premiere. Like the video. You support me over at Venmo at Brian-Romer-2 and Cash App at BWRoses98. Also, check me out at Patreon.com/BEWRoses with a $1, $3 tier. Possibly going to do a $5 Q&A tier. I'm just still working on that. That may be announced soon, but we're not sure yet. Also, check me out at deviantart.com/BVW1979. Also, at my Teespring store for new merchandise there. As well in time for the holidays. Also check me out at BW Roses Discussions, all your favorite audio podcast locations. We are close to 430. This might be the 430th audio podcast you listen to. Also check me out at VENMO at BW Roses for content you can't get anywhere else except there, because it won't be allowed on YouTube. But guys, let me know what your thoughts are. And until then, I got to get myself ready for work. And I'm out.